March 18th, 2005. I'm Chris Bury, and this is Nightline. Tonight, a fresh voice of comedy steps out of the shadows and up to the mic.
A black man can never get a fair trial in America. And these days, Arabs and Muslims are walking around like, we can't even get a trial in America.
But it is not all laughs.
I bet Muslims around the world will stop hating America if Americans just stop killing them.
And not every joke hits the mark.
People looking at me like I'm responsible for 9/11. Can you believe that? Me responsible for 9/11? 7/11 maybe. Not no 9/11.
Tonight, Muslim comic, a surprising take on America. For Americans whose idea of stand-up comedy is Jerry Seinfeld or Chris Rock or George Carlin, the phrase Muslim comic might seem an oxymoron. But humor has a way of shattering stereotypes, and in this country, emerging ethnic and religious groups have always used comedy to help break the ice and puncture prejudice. From the great Jewish comics like Jackie Mason to such African-American pioneers as Dick Gregory, comedians have long been bridging our cultural divides simply by making them so laughable. For Muslim Americans, of course, that task has been made more difficult by the tension surrounding 9/11 and the war on terror. But even such sensitive topics are now providing rich material for a growing number of comedians who work the club circuit performing a kind of Muslim shtick. And tonight, correspondent John Donvan introduces us to one of the more promising up-and-comers.
So far, you haven't seen the face of the man tonight's story is about. He is an attorney. He was born in Chicago, raised in Skokie, Illinois, and now he's trying to make it as a stand-up comic. And he looks like this. Azhar Usman is also a devout Muslim. Question: does a guy who looks like this have any chance of making it in stand-up? Or when you first saw this, did you think just for a moment, terrorist, Taliban? Azhar assumes that's what a lot of people think when they look at him. And while that strikes him as unfair, he also thinks it's good for a laugh.
Mr. Azhar Usman!
Some of you are scared right now. No, seriously, it reminded me of a time I recently got on a plane. It's not a good situation. People give me some dirty looks, man. Of course, everybody's real nice to me once the plane safely lands. And they all start laughing, smiling at me. I'm just waiting for a real honest passenger at the end of the flight, you know. Excuse me, sir. I thought you were going to kill us. I'm sorry.
What do you think they're thinking when you walk on stage?
You know, just what the hell is going on here? Did this guy, you know, somebody order a cab? You know, why is this guy in the comedy club? Black people have been complaining, right? A black man can never get a fair trial in America. That's right, I said a black man can never get a fair trial in America. And these days, Arabs and Muslims are walking around like, we can't even get a trial in America. You guys, it's about our life. It's about what it's like to live in this country and to be seen as the fifth column, or to be seen as, you know, the inside threat, or to be seen as the enemy. We moved to Skokie when I was 8 years old. I went to school at a public school, which was right across the street from my parents' house. At first, 3rd through 4th grade, people up in arms about religious stuff in public schools. I grew up singing Christmas carols, Jewish, you know, like Hanukkah songs, you know. Hanukkah is here.
What's a Hanukkah song?
Hanukkah is here. Let the dreidels spin. It's true. I mean, I did. That was my childhood. I mean,
Were you spinning dreidels as a kid?
Of course I was, man. I went to more bar mitzvahs than I can possibly take.
No, bar mitzvah comedy.
My name is Azhar Usman. That's an Arabic name, of course, because I come from a Muslim family. But actually, my parents are originally from India, and I was born and raised in Chicago, which makes me extremely confused. We're going to Tahura Sweets. That's like Indian sweets. That's a lot more authentic.
Like, you know, we get together like on our holidays.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, Raza, it's time for you to say some jokes. Yeah.
And so is he funny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Very,
great.
very funny?
Very funny. I took his CDs to Pakistan to give it to my in-laws. Oh my God, they love it. Even though they don't know a lot of stuff about America, but they understood.
That's great.
Yeah. Wow, that's, yeah.
You keep getting compliments. Are you like bringing us to people who will say nice things about you?
Yeah, you didn't know. Checks in the mail, yeah.
Okay.
When did this guy start being funny?
He's been funny since a long time. Like, you know, it's weekend school.
I especially love the fact that you can tell how diverse our American Muslim community is just by listening to the way people say salam. And if you wait a second, you see one of our white Muslim brothers, Caucasian convert, you know, like, Assalamu alaikum, brother Bob, how the heck are ya? Wa alaikum salam, doing just fabulous.
He's always been funny. That I remember, in ninth grade, we started doing some skits together. We did
About what?
Parodies about our parents, like issues that was like how our parents and their accents.
My favorite is actually the nasalized Pakistani auntie. Yeah, you know the one who goes, Assalamu alaikum. What is that? It's not even a language.
Your mom and dad both came from India. In the 70s?
That's right, early to mid 70s. They both were educated, and he was a veterinarian already, with job offers lined up in India. He moved here first, actually. My mom and my sister followed shortly thereafter. She's 3 years older than me, and then I was born in Chicago.
And what brought him here?
Opportunity, man. America. This is the magical place where dreams can become reality.
What do you think of having a son who's going to tell jokes for a living?
Well, we never dreamed that he was going to be a comedian, but...
Oh, come on. Every parent dreams their child will be a comedian.
Well, unless he's on the top.
That's the right
Because he has a good profession, he's an attorney. See, still in India and the background we come from, all these showbiz is not seen very, how can I say?
Respectful?
Respectful, right, that would be the right word.
But you respect him.
Oh yeah, I respect, here's perspective is different,
Where were you on September 11th, 2001?
In my apartment in Morton Grove, Illinois. My wife let me know what was happening, and I couldn't believe it. My country's attacked, which is bad enough. And then come to find out, Muslims did it in the name of my religion, which as far as I'm concerned is a hijack of the religion itself. And then third, there's a backlash against my community.
The debate over a mosque proposal has people taking sides.
An agreement with the Muslim Community Center and the village has been forged to expand the school. However, some say they weren't included in the proposed agreement. So they're using pigs to symbolize their protest.
So it's silly to me because it's like these people don't get it. 20 years from now, their kids and their grandkids are going to be apologizing for the fact that they were putting pigs on their lawns to protest the construction of a mosque. And people like me who have nothing to do with terrorism and hate Muslim terrorists, more than probably anybody on the earth, we have to deal with, the backlash of the dirty looks.
But Osama bin Laden gave you a joke.
He's given me many jokes. That's right. People call me Bin Laughing. I'm just kidding. I have a friend. His name is Osama. I kid you not. You guys thought it sucked to be me. But the thing is, imagine his life. His name is Osama, but the thing is, he's my friend. So I have him programmed in my cell phone under Osama Cell. Yeah, that was not smart.
Later in the broadcast, Azhar, the family man.
I do think he's funny. I'm probably his harshest critic.
This is ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Cisco Systems.
Hello, Chicago.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, now I can see you.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, no.
Ron.
What's the problem?
We lost Tokyo.
Can you hear?
We see you, now we can't hear you. Konnichiwa.
How do we do this?
With this.
But that's a phone.
It's a phone, it's the web, it's a video conference. Ed, stop hitting the TV.
Konnichiwa.
Productivity powered by Cisco.
Everybody's talking about the Oust fan.
This is my Oust fan. I absolutely love my Oust fan. I use it in my husband's corner. It eliminates the odor. I love to keep it here because the stinky, fishy odor. I use it in my daughter's room, and I can put it in here when we're entertaining. These are where all the shoe sits. Eliminates odor in the air, even from odor-causing bacteria. The Oust fan is now part of my daily life.
Get odors out with the Oust fan. S.C. Johnson, a family company.
The Oust fan works continuously.
Sunday, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld. The Iraq War is 2 years old. Saddam's on trial. Elections have been held. But was his war plan really a success? Plus, John McCain. He's taking a swing at baseball. Can it clean up its act this week, Sunday?
For little Ben, there's no safe place, even in his own home.
He has brittle bone disease.
Our designers will build a house safe enough for this child to grow up in.
Those are tears of joy. They're definitely not tears of sadness.
Extreme Makeover Home Edition Sunday. Then on Monday, go behind the emotion and see how we designed this safe home.
We had every possible surface that we could use that was safe for Ben.
This design team will change this little boy's life forever. Extreme Makeover Home Edition on Sunday and...
How'd they do that?
On Monday at 8, 7 Central, only on ABC.
Sunday, March 27th.
Who here feels like they have no idea what they're doing?
He will get a brain.
You gotta dance and jab. Dance and jab. I am the Ali of this place.
She will get an upper hand.
I was drunk, vulnerable, and good looking, and you took advantage.
I was the one who was drunk, and you are not that good looking.
And she will become more than just a pretty face.
I am just as qualified as any other intern on this floor.
They will all learn that life is not black and white. Yes! Grey's Anatomy, premiering Sunday, March 27th, only on ABC.
There's an avenue in Chicago called Devon that Azhar Usman likes to think of as representing everyone's America. One stretch is pretty much Jewish. Another, the residents hail from Croatia. And so on, including the few blocks he showed me around where the flavors are all Indian and Pakistani. And every few yards, another restaurant.
Sabrina, Hardy, this is probably one of the better restaurants on Devon. Very authentic, number one.
I mean, there was a time when in the States, a restaurant like this would have been considered very exotic.
It's a global village, man.
But while we worked through a massive lunch of biryani and samosa and chutney and curry, Azhar talked about how Muslims in America are still often apart from everyone else.
The Muslim community is so isolationist. Sadly, I mean, I'm not happy about this. I think on the part of those who made it that way, it was by choice. And I think by choice now, a lot of people are beginning to break out, as you say, or just say, we can't be isolationist anymore.
Isolated it may be, but that makes the Muslim community a great place to work on comic timing. The majority of his performances are in front of Muslim crowds.
Community parties, and I'm getting a lot of private invites lately, weddings.
So Muslim clued-in audiences are still your bread and butter?
Till today, yeah, I would say definitely.
To start with, they're rooting for him, and they get the jokes. They're insiders. It's their lives he's talking about.
This kind of atmosphere, you can make fun of the problems that we all know that are there, and just laughing about it makes it seem okay that, things go on.
I mean, we as Muslims definitely know what's happening, but I don't know, it's like the majority out there does, and this kind of brings light to it.
Oh, absolutely. We pretty much related to everything and anything that they said because we all live in that sort of environment.
And we are also talking about this shocking story today that Great Adventures Muslims Only Day at Six Flags.
The voice belongs to radio talker Michael Savage, who one afternoon last autumn was breathing fire over the fact that a group of Muslim organizations had hired an amusement park in southern New Jersey for a day. One of the organizers billed it as Muslims Only. Savage was offended.
It's unbelievable to me, but this is what's going on in the United States of America, where our freedoms are being frankly abused.
But Savage's critique was broader. It was about Islam. To quote him, "Since when do Muslims care about our democracy? We know what you're up to. We know you want to take over America. We know you want to push your religion down everyone's throat." As it happens, Azhar was part of the entertainment at that New Jersey park. Naturally, he found a joke in it.
Did you guys know that there actually were some people who were unhappy about Muslim Day? I don't know if you guys read about this. Some articles floating around. They were very upset. They were going to have a protest. You know, like, what would this protest look like? You know, say no to Muslim Day.
But there it is, the reservoir of ill will in the United States toward his religion. Savage is at the far end, and it's not universal, but it makes an impression when you're a Muslim that no matter what you do, you're seen as a potential enemy.
Well, Muslims are not supposed to ride roller coasters. Then it stands to reason that the greatest source of intelligence and information about those terrorists are the Arab American and the American Muslim community. Yeah. So why would you want to put them off in any way? Why would you want to mistreat them in any way?
But you're also saying you think people here won't talk to the cops.
Just a tremendous amount of distrust, you know, suspicion regarding the motives of government generally, and in particular, Bush administration and the Ashcroft law enforcement efforts. Can you guys imagine? I could not imagine living in a country where they choose the leader based on who his daddy was.
Listen to the laugh that joke gets in front of a Muslim audience. Now, same joke, different audience.
Living in a country where they choose the leader based on who his daddy was?
And it goes over okay. This was at the storied Chicago comedy club known as Zanies. A lot of comics who became stars came through this place, and it's where Azhar has been testing his prospects for breaking out to a larger, non-Muslim audience, working as a warm-up for some more established comics.
Make some noise.
It's not easy, comedy never is, and he knows some people may be thinking at first that his beard and clothes are a put-on. And they don't quite get some of the jokes.
So how did you feel you did?
Disappointing. I just didn't feel like I connected with the audience. I think I was way too nervous, stressed out.
I mean, they were laughing. People were laughing.
Well, they were laughing in the beginning. I think it started okay. I think I got progressively too political, maybe. My material is designed to be for people who are there for that type of comedy.
Is the lesson that you can't play in front of crowds like this?
No, not at all. The lesson is, I think, better material selection. So it was a timing, pacing problem. Well, I'm a young comic and I got a lot to learn. So I'm just going to keep working at it.
When we come back, Azhar, Muslim and patriot.
I'm a Muslim, but I'm an American Muslim. In fact, I consider myself a very patriotic American Muslim, which means I would die for this country.
Chevy Suburban, the highest-ranked full-size SUV in initial quality. Chevy Tahoe, the best-selling full-size SUV.
Take it. You take it.
And the powerful 275-horsepower Trailblazer.
Boys.
It's one tough family of SUVs, Chevy, an American revolution.
Right on target. Now you can target only your gray hair with Just for Men. In 5 easy minutes, it replaces gray with subtle tones for a natural look.
You're right on target.
Right on target. Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
And try Just for Men Brush In Color Gel. Penetrates coarse facial hair. Now that's right on target.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, sir.
I need help with this.
What is it?
It's my invention.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
So what's the problem?
Everyone's going to want one.
I see.
My company's small. This is huge.
You need to grow fast.
Exactly.
Can I see it?
Have a look.
Whoa.
Help desk.
Jimmy Kimmel's never ducked a punch from anybody.
You heard about what happened with Kobe, right?
So tonight, Jimmy goes head-to-head with superstar Sylvester Stallone.
We've got a championship caliber show for you tonight.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, good times coming up, only on ABC.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
At home, where he lives with his wife and kids, Azhar Usman has a box in which he keeps all of his comedy stuff.
The best of stand-up comedy. This book is a great book called Zen and the Art of Stand-Up Comedy. This, of course, is the Comedy Bible. This is a book by Greg Dean called Step by Step Stand-Up Comedy. It's a good book if you're kind of nerdy and dorky like me. Yeah, these are some of my favorite comedy albums. I'm becoming kind of a stand-up junkie.
Clearly, this comedy thing is a passion for him. So's his family. His two small kids were out of camera range the day we dropped in, but his wife was there. She's a lawyer.
Your husband seems to have a lot of self-confidence.
Yes.
Do you share that certainty?
I've definitely been impressed and surprised and amazed by how well he's been.
Do you think he's funny?
Yes.
Whoa, that was a meaningful pause.
No, I do think he's funny. I'm probably his harshest critic, and I think some of the jokes he does are not funny. But yeah, overall, I think he's funny.
Actually, she confessed to us that she's not really that into stand-up comedy, but she supports his efforts. And then she also worries.
Go out to him? He's doing jokes that are, kind of getting into a little bit of a sensitive area politically.
Myself being an attorney and an activist in the community, those are problems that we have. Mm-hmm. Of course, it does make you a little bit nervous.
Is it asking for trouble?
I'm more worried about trouble from Muslims who don't want there to be a Muslim comedian or don't believe in such a thing as a Muslim comedian. Because we've gotten some emails, some nasty kind of emails.
Apparently, some Muslims have taken issue with Azhar's humor. A big part of it actually pokes fun at American Muslims.
And it's really sad to me. It's really sad to me that our community, because the Muslim community is not a very politically active, politically organized, politically empowered community. And it's very sad to me because it seems that we have conference after conference about what? Muslim participation in the political process.
You're more afraid of a backlash from the Muslim community than from the non-Muslim community.
And you always have that one guy, real passionate, like the same guy with the megahorn, We need more Muslims in the media. We need more Muslim politicians. We need more Muslim policy makers. Well, what about you, Uncle? You have 3 sons. What do? Mashallah, they're all doctors.
And, have issues with, think that he's selling out, think that he's, a lover of America and selling out the Muslim community. And I'm more fear of those people.
But can't you be a lover of America and not be selling out the Muslim community?
Absolutely. I mean, we are.
Because the thing is, I really do believe that we as Muslims living in the West, we should be so excited to exercise our rights to vote in a democracy. There's a verse in the Quran that says, stand up as witnesses for God, even if it be against your own self. That inspires me. I mean, I speak truth. There's still a lot of Muslim countries that have kings. What is this, the 15th century? Actually, it is according to the Islamic calendar. There's a lot of problems in my community that nobody wants to talk about. The rampant fundamentalist rhetoric in our community, the rhetoric of rage, the lashing out and blaming of America for all the problems of the Muslim world.
You hear a lot of that?
Oh yeah, all the time, man. I mean, it's a strong undercurrent of a lot of the discourse in our community, and it's very disempowering. It's conspiratorial. It's diarrhea of the mouth, as far as I'm concerned. And so I talk about it. Allah Akbar.
But Azhar is entirely devoted to his faith. 5 times a day he stops and prays, sometimes with his parents at their home. One of the objections some Muslims may have to stand up is that it appears un-Islamic. Consider the usual venues. Alcohol flows, men and women mix freely. Azhar consulted imams and looked to the Quran to be sure his career choice was right with Allah.
Does Allah have a sense of humor?
Absolutely.
I mean, but in a way, does the Quran encourage you to be doing what you're doing?
I think so. Absolutely, yeah. I just learned this
because there's an impression that Islam has a sternness to it, and a seriousness, and a rigidity, and
I think that Islam, above all, is about balance. You have to have fun. It's part of life, and the Quran even says it. God says, "Praised is He, the one who causes man to laugh and weep." So God is praising Himself for causing man to laugh and weep. Well, how could laughter be a bad thing? I'm a Muslim, but I'm an American Muslim. In fact, I consider myself a very patriotic American Muslim, which means I would die for this country by blowing myself up inside of a Dunkin' Donuts. I had this linguistic debate with friends of mine about the term American Muslim versus Muslim American. And for a long time I favored American Muslim because one word is an adjective and one is a noun. And the question is which one's modifying which? Because I happen to be an American Muslim. And in fact I happen to be an Indian American Muslim. Because America is the land of immigrants.
A funny Indian American Muslim.
Let's hope. You guys have been a great crowd. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Chicago. I'll be back with a program note.
To receive a daily email about each evening's Nightline and a preview of special broadcasts, log on to the Nightline page at abcnews.com.